Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome you to Kingpin Podcast. This show, we're dedicated to just helping you unlock your full potential, whether that's mentally, physically, or financially, right? I'm your host. My name is Amani, and today we have, a very special guest. Some of you probably more than likely recognize him, Michael J. Ringer. Michael is a seasoned sales marketing specialist. He's a sales and marketing specialist, as well as a motivational speaker and a professor in the real world. Now, I know for a fact I've left off a few things, but this guy does so many things. It's hard to keep up, right?
Too busy.
He has
bro.
too busy, too busy. You got a wealth of experience in sales, and on the podcast we're going to take a deep dive into that to figure out what it takes to get to the top 1% or even 10% of salesmen today, right? Because I don't think you need to be top 1% to start making the big bucks, right? Now you're going to want to stick through to the end of the video, right? Because we're going to be giving you actionable steps that you can take to start making money at home from your laptop with the skill of sales starting today, right? Now, I will say, Michael, he brings an unimaginable amount of knowledge and practical advice uh, in this field. So whether you're just a young, ambitious guy like myself looking to, break into the industry, or you're an entrepreneur, you have your business, and you're seeking to grow your business with sales, you're in the right space. So, that's it for the intro. Let's get started. Michael, how you doing, man?
Good, brother. Good. It's been a very busy start to the day, but I say start. We're at 6 o'clock p.m. So there's still probably another six or so hours left. So
6 or so hours.
Yeah. When you're this busy, bro, you've got there's plenty more to do. There's always more to do. My list is just never ending.
Right. Honestly, that's the thing that I don't think there's anybody that's successful at all that doesn't have like I don't know, bro. You just find constant things to do, right? Like you look at somebody lazy, you look at somebody successful. They finish work 5 o'clock, they're done. There's no more work.
Yep.
When you got that drive, you just keep going. So how I kind of wanted to start off is just I know that you kind of got into sales. You're an IT specialist, right?
Yep. I've got some, still got the qualifications up, just because proud. Somehow I was able to do it, but yeah, used to work in IT. Did many things actually. My first job was like cutting hair when I was it was cutting and what's the word? Shampooing. I forget. There was a word for it, but I was like a junior hair specialist when I was like 11 or 12.
Oh, wow.
Cleaning stairs. I mean, you name it. It's been done. But moved from IT very quickly after about a year and a half, 2 years. IT wasn't for me, and it's just boring. It's boring. It wasn't a challenge, right? You sat there, you just being a dork on the computer all the time, trying to fix people's problems. Which the funny thing is normally would be the thing that you would overlook the most, like. Oh, my computer's not turning on. Okay. Is it plugged in? Yeah, it's plugged in. Did you press the on button? Where's the on button? It's always on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just like, fuck this. I couldn't deal with it. I'm empathetic to a point, but
so you've had people come in with that?
Oh, you'd be surprised, bro. You'd be very surprised. Like, my screen's not working. Okay, is the computer on? Oh yeah, thanks. I didn't think of that. It's like it's the dumbest shit. It's the dumbest shit. But it's I learned a lot from IT. That's for sure. Assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups. That's a phrase for anyone to adhere to with everything in life. Never assume. It's very much the same with sales as well. It's like people kind of assume things about their client rather than just asking stuff, So it's learned a lot of valuable lessons from that. Moved into sales, fine wine investments. I started a couple of businesses, moved into sales consultancy. And then from there, just carried on, started a commission-only sales platform, few other businesses here, there, some consulting on business, life, motivational speaking, just a whole bunch of just non-stop go. Like,
this is what I'm talking about, right? I listed 3 things. What do you just list? 10? You just keep going, man.
I'm probably forgetting some shit. I don't even remember what I did this morning. Like, I can't even remember that.
Imagine 10 years from now. You probably got things planned out for a
I'll
year,
probably
2
be
years
dead
from
by
now.
then, bro.
Boy.
You can't just constantly move at this speed without having to pay some kind of price.
True. But you're keeping. Is that you're like, it's a steady routine of, you're getting to sleep, or is it just fuck it, just straight?
Who's the sleep person you speak of? No clue who that person is. No, bro. At the minute I'm working like anywhere between, like, on a lucky day, I probably work maybe, I'd say probably 8 to 9 hours, and that's probably on a Sunday. And then the other days at the minute is anywhere between 10 to 15, sometimes 15. But it's it's the consistency, because you could work for, and most people do, they work for like a few days, and they'll put in some really serious time. They'll put in 10, 15 hours,
right?
But then after that it just drops off. But the other thing as well for most people that they don't realize is it doesn't have anything to do with the time that you're putting in. It's what productivity are you putting into that time. So many people, they're like, all right, yeah, bro, I worked for 8 hours a day. Okay, and how much of that did you spend just on your phone scrolling through shitty memes? Like, how much of that did you spend scrolling? How much of that was actually productive work? Well, not even productive work. It's just work. It's called work for a reason.
Right. So, okay, so 10 to 15 hour days. And you've done a straight just 10-hour day of work?
Yeah. Bro, in my old business, I did a few 24-hour days of literally just non-stop. Like, I think last week, and by the way, I am not saying for anyone to do this at all.
Right.
Like, sometimes life just requires it. Normally, no one likes working. No one enjoys it. But sometimes life requires it of you. Like, right now, I've got a ton of new projects, new things going on. So right now, life requires it from me. And last week, I don't think I left the house for 6 days. I don't think.
Stayed at home working 6 days. Okay, yeah. I was actually gonna kind of dive into the sales background, but before I even do that, right? Because I know that in sales, a huge part of it is high energy, and I imagine working the 10, 15-hour days is high energy, because I've been trying to get to that in particular, because nobody likes working, you're right, but the feeling at the end of it it's just unimaginable to me. Like, I've gotten it done. It's a great thing. So how do you keep the energy up straight throughout the day, get the work done? People talk about getting brain fog and all these things. How do you keep that going?
Good food, coffee, and just have a reason. You just need a reason for why you're working. If you don't have a reason for why you're working in the first place, you're fucked, right? Most people, if I ask them, okay, why do you want to become rich? Like, well, of course, I want the Lambos, I want the Ferraris. So, bro, your reason is shit. Like, my reason for working is to build a family, to look after my mom, the rest of my siblings, to make sure that they don't have to do the shit that I'm doing, right? Like, what you want to make excuses? Like, anyone can make an excuse. Oh, I want the Ferraris. Okay, cool. So, does that excite you? Getting a Ferrari? Dude, it's a piece of fucking aluminium metal and carbon. That's not cool, bro. There's not good enough of a reason for you to carry on working. Like, look, if you want to retire your mom, bro, you best be fucking working. Best delete Instagram and all of the trash garbage that you're consuming, and get fucking serious about it. Because
Right.
Like you should be people should be disgusted with themselves. Like if you're not, like, it's fine. If you're working, it's fine. If you're not working and you genuinely want you to retire, I say your mum, maybe it's your wife. You don't want her to be going into some garbage job that she fucking hates, coming home talking to you about, oh, Susan's a bitch, and Susan in accounting said this. Can you believe? If you want to be able to support your family, then yeah, cool. It might not even be the family that you got right now. Hell, you're gonna have one. Well, that should be a goal for you as a man. So if that's the case, get to it, man. Especially if you're young, because you can still play around with time. You can take high risks. You don't have kids, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. And especially, I think, because with the rise of Tate and the rise of the internet, there's definitely been a lot of younger guys that their ambition is kind of awakened from early, and they've started going out and trying to make money online, but the urgency isn't there as much, right? Because you have 5-10 years to fuck up until people start kind of shitting on you, right?
Yeah, that's what people
So
think. That's what people think. Just next couple of years, people are going to get fucked.
yeah,
People are going to get fucked.
yeah. But in their mind, they're thinking, because a lot of people, and you sit down and I'd speak to my dad or I'd speak to anybody, they'd be like, hey, don't rush it. You have 5 years, you have 10 years, and I'm sitting there and I was like, even if I did have 5 years, if 5 years from now I achieve what I wanted to achieve in 2 years, for the rest of my life, there's going to be a pit in my stomach that I could have done this in 2 years.
Yeah.
I could have done that in 5 years. And it's just something that you're not going to be able to live with. So I think people just numb
most people do that, and then they live with it. And this is the sad reality for most fucking people. Most people, because you're forced into living with your actions, be that your previous actions, you are forced to live with them. Because what has happened, you can't change. And you can sit there and you can be like, fuck, like in 5 years' time, imagine 5 years' time, you're sat there and you're still working some garbage job that you absolutely hate. You're spiritually suicidal. It's a downward spiral completely. You're in debt. You have zero faith that you can do anything, because why would you do anything? You said that you were going to do shit 5 years ago. Oh, well, 5 years has gone by. Well, I didn't do anything then, so fuck it. I won't do anything now because... And then you just die. You end up doing that for 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and that's it. You're dead. Cool. Great existence, bro. And at the same time, you keep on doing that, and you keep on justifying the reasons as to why you've done something or haven't done something as well, because it's called cognitive bias, which is the brain has to prove itself right. Ask anyone why they did X. They'll always have a reason for it, even if they didn't. So, by the way, why did you do that thing? Or why did you say that? Well, because they haven't even thought about the question. Wait, hold on a second. Why did I do that? And this is the problem with too many people. They're not questioning why they're doing something or why they're not. It's mind garbage. Just like what do you call them? It's just a cycle of just trash in your brain, which then extrapolates into every fathomable facet and corner of your life. It's a waste of life, and to me it's disgusting. But I've been there. I haven't been perfect. I'm still not, but I'm still working on myself as well. But you can't not be working on yourself. Everyone starts at different levels, right? Everyone does. But so long as you're working on yourself, cool, good. I got respect for that.
Yeah, and you have to kind of keep the momentum, would you say? You can't stop. A lot of people, when they stop, they say, for a week or two, I'm just going to do rubbish, I'm just going to do garbage, and I'm going to get back on it 2 weeks from now. That's just a cycle that kind of never ends. Once you start, you can't stop. You got to just keep pushing. And momentum, it has a really powerful effect on your productivity too.
Yeah, momentum's crucial. I always use the analogy that I made. It's like, imagine standing on top of a mountain what you need to do to start an avalanche, and it's very, very small. You just bend down, you crunch up a ball of snow, and then all that you need to do, push it. And so long as that ball of snow continuously moves, and it's continuously in motion, ball gets bigger and bigger and bigger. All of a sudden, now it's an avalanche, and no one can fucking stop it. So it's the first initial push, and it's keeping the momentum going. It's they're both equate to the same level of success eventually, which is being unstoppable. Because once you're moving so fast, it becomes harder and harder and harder to stop. So even look at light. We can't technically catch light very easily. Like light is the fastest thing that we know of, and light, the only thing that can get in light's way is gravity, or bend it. And you need a fucking black hole to make that happen, right? So it's rather than going just in a straight line, the gravity can then bend it and push it into a different direction. But that's how fast light is. You need to be light quick, light speed.
Right. And something you mentioned a while back when I was talking about kind of the urgency, you kind of hinted at the idea that people would be fucked in a few years, right?
Yeah.
And I've definitely heard a few people in the space talk about it, whether it's been like the launch of AI, or just how the world is going, especially with what happened a few years ago. Everybody was kind of locked in their houses and things. It's just kind of a level of tyranny. For you, what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna prevent us from reaching our potential the way that we can now?
It's going to become less and less accessible for people to become rich, especially with AI.
Yeah.
The problem is with most people are stupid, and that's just a matter of fact. Most people are just clowns. They have no creativity, and that's the massive epidemic. Well, one of them on the planet right now is a lack of creativity, and most people aren't creative enough to think of an idea. Now, if AI can come along and take over that creativity, and not only just take over the creativity, but do the entire process for you, anyone can start $1 billion business straight away. It sounds ridiculous, but if it's true AI, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. It'll be the most powerful thing on the planet, which is why we need restrictions. I'm not going to claim to be Elon Musk at all, or anyone else, right? But it's a fucking terrifying thing, especially if you're just a normal person. Because if you're just a normal person, then you're wasting. What are you actually doing at work? Fuck all. You sit there, you chat to the person next to you, you try and do anything but work until your boss comes to you and says, look, if you don't do your work, then you're going to get fired. And then you do your work, and then your boss is happy for a little while until the cycle starts again, and because you're just lazy. Well, guess what? If I tell AI to do anything, it's done like that. It's done. I don't have to wait for stupidity or humans or laziness. It's done. I don't need to wait for a graphic designer anymore to go and say, hey, bro, can you edit this picture of me to say X, Y, or Z? It's just boom, boom, done. So you just tell it what to do, and it does it. And this is, it's quite a scary thing because morally, because then there's all other implications, AI, sex robots, that may seem like people are crazy, but what's gonna happen when that comes out? Because the modern man right now is not even able to have a true conversation with a woman, let alone love, respect, build her up if she's worth it, right? Most men can't even talk to women.
Yeah.
And you look at all of these red pill guys, whose life of theirs do you actually want to replicate? Okay, so you're giving everyone advice on relationships and how to have a relationship. I don't see you in not even in a healthy one, but you're not even in a fucking relationship. Why am I going to listen to you when you're not even in the position where you're already in, right? So people are taking advice from these guys, which is pushing them further away from the female dynamic, because now everyone thinks that females are trash, which it could be further from the truth. And now what's going to happen when they introduce AI sex robots that you can talk to, have conversations with, and because it's AI, it's going to know everything about you, and it's going to know exactly what to say. It's going to know the subjects. It's going to know what kind of compliments are going to get you off. And then what happens when we introduce, some kind of OnlyFans to that, AI imaging, blah, blah, blah. Then the men don't have any reason to work. They don't have any reason to work at that point. Because why do most men fundamentally want to make lots of money?
They want the woman, bro. That's what they want.
So if you can get the woman without putting in the work, why deal with the difficulties of a woman anymore? There's no point for most men, because most men only want one thing, and rather than wanting the actual thing, which is a family and to get closer to God, now most guys are just like, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna fuck this bitch. Don't get me wrong, I've been there, I've done it, but it's a trash way of living. It's a trash way of living, and it does destroy your soul to a point. But it's not what it's about. But most men don't care. They don't care because it's easy. Just look at OnlyFans. OnlyFans mixed with AI, boom, done, easy.
Yeah, that combination there is crazy.
And I'm just talking about one thing. I could carry on, but it's garbage. It's garbage because we as men are fucking garbage, and we don't want to stand up and put in the hard work that we need to get to where we want to be. And everyone wants to talk about, yeah, it's hard work, yeah, it is. Bro, dude, just to get into the top 10% of men, just go to the gym like twice a week, eat decently, have clothes that fit you, smell or don't smell bad, and that's it. You're like, you groom yourself, and you're already in the top 10% of men. Get a decent job that's paying what is it, 85K or above. You're fine. You're in the top 10%.
Shit. Right.
That's how easy it is. But men don't even want to do that. It's pathetic. I don't feel sorry for any of it. Oh yeah, but this, I'm depressed. Yeah. Cool. Like, some people genuinely need help, and I know because I've seen it.
Yeah,
genuinely need help, and they should get the help, right? But for most people, they're depressed because their lives are depressing.
Right. They are. And bro, AI, honestly, because I recently started really looking into it, and the I don't know what it can't do in comparison to humans. I don't think there is anything.
It's not. It's more clever than we are, and when we get to the singularity, then we're even more fucked.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's so quickly. It's because nobody thought. I mean, 10 years ago, nobody thought it would be a real thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, you can't replicate humans." Blah blah blah. Now it's come out and it's doing all this crazy stuff. We already see what's going on with Bing, and I just have to wonder what it's going to be like in the next 5-10 years with AI. Yeah. You're definitely right in regards to the competition is going to be gone. Like there's not going to be any game for humans to even play at that point. I don't think.
No,
honestly.
I've got an interesting idea about it, which I came up with. I was on the phone call to one of my friends earlier, Stephen. We were talking about this, and I was saying that AI is essentially an artificial god. It's essentially an artificial god that we have created, that we will praise as God. Because if it can do anything, if it can create anything, if it can give you anything that you want, that's only a power that God has. So why have God anymore? It's like if I was Satan, I'm just saying, it's a beautiful thing to set up.
It is. It is. Wow, I've never thought about it like that. That's very true. It can show you anything you want to know. Obviously, with restrictions, it's probably not going to be able to, but it can show you,
Yeah.
how to. I was watching a Hormozy video about it. It can show, how you can build a $1 billion company step by step, give you every single thing you need to know to get the company up there. How to destroy Syria with $200,000 step by
Yep.
step. So it's definitely a crazy concept, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it come to life, come to reality right now.
In real
What
time.
in real time? Oh boy. Now, what I kind of wanted to dig into a little bit more is, By the way, how long were you kind of doing sales for? Just sell. You're selling wine. What was it? You were selling.
Yeah, well, it was technically it was scamming people. I found out.
Oh yeah.
Not proud of that at all. I can already imagine the fucking comments. But when I found out, I quit.
Right.
Changed over to another company that was legit, or so I thought. And then there was some question if they were legit or not. So then I just left and focused on my consultancy. But sales. I mean, technically, I've been doing sales since I was born because everything's sales. I know that's super cliche,
Right.
but it's true. It's true. Other than that, how old am I now? I always forget. So I'm 27 now. So yeah, probably about 10 or so, 10, 11 years, something like that.
About
Around
10 or
there.
11 years. And so you did the you worked with the wine companies. Those are the sales jobs that you had, and then you went into the consultancy, right?
Yeah, so those were the major two. I did door knocking as well for a charity, which was door to door B2B B2C sales. That I did for a while. What else did I do? God, I need to look at my resume. I haven't looked at it for
Right.
over 10 years. That I'm pretty sure I had like 2 or 3 more, but within that scale or time frame anyway. Built not only just the consultancy, but at the same time had equity in 9 other businesses. Moved from that, got rid of that because it was too much work. Like I was saying before, 24 hours. That's why I was working for 24 hours.
Okay.
So it got to the point where the work was far too much, and that was like twice in my life I worked for 24 hours straight. And then I was super ill afterwards. Don't do that. Anyone for any reason, don't do it. It's super stupid. But yeah, and then where was I? I was in Norway with my family for a family wedding, and the whole family was there, but I was still working. And it was like the first time that we were all together. And
Right.
I was still working, even with the whole family there. So I decided, right, fuck this. Fuck London, because London's a shithole as well, miserable. I need to move. So I called up one of my business partners at the time and said, right, look, I'm moving. And then they were like, all right, well, where to? I don't know, Spain's kind of nice. Well, okay, cool. Spain's cool. But where? I'm like, I don't know. I heard Alicante was kind of cool. And then within 25 minutes, I think we had flights booked, a villa for 6 months, and 8 days later I moved.
8 days later, you moved. Okay, so you got a lot of experience in sales basically, and what are for the guys listening to this that they kind of want to get into sales? What are the most common mistakes you kind of see? If you can just list that off the top of your head, when it comes on to not only selling but choosing the right person or the right job, because I think it's a huge part of it.
It's a good question, man. I think the first and foremost thing, and this is the most important thing for anyone who's getting into sales, wants to get into sales, is the efficacy of the thing that you're selling. because you have to believe that the thing that you're selling is genuinely the best product at the best price, and that it's genuinely going to change the person's life that you're selling it to. And so long as you tick those boxes, then you can believe what you're saying is true, because you're actually trying to help someone. A lot of people get into sales just for the money, which is fine. You know, there's a lot of money in sales, obviously. It's the highest paid profession in the world. But it's not how you make the money. You make the money by actually genuinely having a desire to help people. And if you do that, then you help people to overcome their own barriers that they have inside their own mind, to then purchase or do the thing which is then going to actually help and benefit their life. So long as you can tick those three things, the rest is pretty good and easy, I should rather say, there on in. Because if it's a good company, they have a great product, then normally they're going to have great support and great training 9 times out of 10. But yeah, you also need to make sure that the team of management are there to help you. Like that's huge. If you're just starting off, you're not going to know what the fuck you're doing. Like no one does. And if you're one of those idiots that thinks, yeah, I'm going to go and I'm just going to learn it by myself, or yeah, I'm going to go on YouTube and just learn it on YouTube. It's not how it works. You need in the field practice with someone who's doing way better than you, who understands the process behind what they're doing, and that way you can learn best.
Yeah, I completely agree with that too. Because I do sales myself. I sell solo virtually at the moment, and
Solo's great.
yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And, books are good, courses are good. I've taken a bunch of courses, taken a bunch of books, but there's nothing that beats having people, re-listen to your recordings and listen to your calls and just mentor you through the whole process, telling you exactly what it is that's wrong. So I completely agree with that. So off the top of your head, would you have any like basic uh, common mistakes that you see from guys when they get into sales, like they in regards to selling, or
Yeah, just that. They're trying to sell.
they're trying to sell?
Yeah, just that. You don't sell someone. You should not try to sell someone. You need to see if they're qualified first, because maybe you're talking to someone. It's like if I say to you, so here is my Pierre Cardin pen, and I say to you, or someone says to me, "Sell me this pen." First thing is always going to be, okay, do you have a need for a pen right now, or do you already have one? Yes, I already have one. Okay, great. Well, how's that going for you, right? So going with solar, for example, exactly the same concept. Okay, so are you already working with a solar company?
Yes,
I saw that you've got them in. Oh well, you said over the phone, right? So,
right.
Do you already have solar installed? Yes, great. And how's that going for you? Well, so far it's going great. We're really happy. Amazing for you. And then if it's going great for them already, then you can see whether or not your product or service can lower the cost, if it can lower the costs, which it should be able to if you're working with a good company, 9 times out of 10. Hey, just out of interest, do you have 2 seconds? Because over the phone as well, it's very important. Tonality is everything.
Yeah.
Just out of interest, like, do you guys get around? And then you can go with whatever the average price is for kilowatt per hour. Do you guys get around this much? Yeah, we get around that. Okay, do you know what, John? That's great. I'm super happy for you. But the reason I was calling is actually because our average with our clients is X, which is lower or higher. I don't know the metrics, but lower or higher. Do you have a quick second just so that I can explain that to you and how we work?
Right. And one of the guys that I actually kind of work with, one thing they do, and it doesn't make, I get the logic behind it, but it doesn't make sense to me. They go on there and they try to talk like some boring guy, right? It's like, hey, this is John with
Won't work.
yeah, and I'm like, bro, that doesn't make sense because
No.
the idea behind it is he doesn't want to sound like a salesman. Do you think
No.
that affects
No, especially
anything?
not over the phone. If it does somewhat depend. If you're cold calling, don't fucking do that ever. So they're just gonna hang up on you straight away. If on the other hand, you sound like some garbage sleazeball salesperson, you know, hey, Mr. Johnson. Yes. Hi, Mr. Johnson. It's Simon calling from. Fuck you. Bye. No, it's meet in the middle. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, is that John? Yeah. Who's this? I'm not using a surname. I'm just using. I'm touching on his first name.
Right.
Because what do friends call people Mr. Ringer? No, unless there's some. They're on the scale, right? They have to be on the scale, right? But
right.
no, they don't. Hey, is that John? John? It's a question, so my tonality goes up. Hey, is that John? Yeah. Who's this? Oh, hey, John. It's Michael. It's Michael. Michael from XYZ Solar Company. How are you doing? Are you well? You can say that and use the Jordan Belfort line, but I also find "How are you doing? Are you well?" to be absolute fucking garbage, in my opinion, because if you should only ask people questions that are genuine.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck how they are doing. They don't fucking know you. They don't know you. Thank you. Give it us. Oh, must have. Okay. Fair enough. So they don't know you, right? They don't know you. They don't give a fuck about you, and you don't give a fuck about them. Hey, John. Look, you signed up to the XYZ list about because you were interested in solar. I was just out of interest. I'm sounding genuine.
Right.
Just out of interest, did you end up working with someone already, or are you still looking? I'm qualifying them. Are they already working with someone? Are they still looking? If they're still looking, great, perfect, John. Look, my name's Michael. I'm calling from XYZ, and obviously I did see that, but I wanted to know what was your reason behind signing up in the first place. Oh, okay. So now I know. It's the intel gathering. Now I know. Yes, he's still looking, and now I'm trying to figure out why was he looking in the first place. Oh, now I can create a logical / emotional reason as to why the guy wanted solar in the first place. You don't decide or assume, like I was saying before, assumptions are the mother of all fuck ups. You don't assume or decide the reason why he wants to buy in the first place. You ask him, hey, you signed up for that thing, so just out of curiosity, why did you sign up for that in the first place? Oh, right. Well, I'm paying garbage rates. It's super annoying. Plus, my carbon emissions are through the roof. Oh, okay. But you know what? That's a very, very noble thing. Fine, it's garbage. No one gives a fuck about carbon emissions, but unless you're Greta Thunberg, right? But then you just simply move into it. Okay, so the main is the main reason for you looking just that and that, or is it? Do you have something else? Oh yeah, well actually, it's everyone in the neighborhood's doing it. There's this and this. Oh, okay, perfect. So now you know that they want to tie in with their neighbors and they want to look better than the fucking neighbors and their dogs, right? Easy.
Right. So you pre-qualify them. You find their pain points, right? Because that matters a lot in the future of the pitch, anyways. People buy on emotion.
If they say, "No, I'm not looking anymore," cool. They're not looking. Why the fuck am I going to waste my time on a lead that's not even looking? What's the point?
Right.
I have to force them to buy.
Right.
Fuck that. I don't. It's dumb. It's garbage. Why waste time? All right. Thanks, John. Have a wonderful day. Oh, like some people have said to me, yeah, but why wouldn't you just give them your number? Why am I going to give? How many fucking times have you written down someone's number and kept it? How many
Right.
business cards have you guys got in your fucking life that you've kept? Or, even more to the point, that you've ever called in your life? The accumulative amount of absolute fuck zero is pointless.
Right. Right.
It's pointless.
And
Well, fuck it. Move on to the next lead.
yeah. Yeah. And so let's say before we even get on to that point in terms of like pre-qualifying, or yeah, in terms of qualifying, right? Because a lot of people, they hear the phone, and from the beginning I'm like, hey, what's going on? This is Amani. I'm with XYZ company.
Yep.
Or I'll be like, hey John, this is Amani here, and I'd ask a question, and whatever the question is, they then be like, hey, listen, I'm too busy right now, right? And that's not a problem that I've faced a lot. What I've noticed is people that kind of don't have the tonality right, they get that. They get, most of the shit end of the stick. But let's
Yeah.
say you're on a call and you get that response. You're like, oh, I'm kind of busy. What my boss, what he recommends, he's like, oh, you just kind of keep on going with the pitch, and if they're actually busy, they'll say it again, and then you schedule a call back, right? What would your approach be to that when they come in and say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy?
So I'm busy isn't it's either one thing or the other. It's either number one, yes, they're actually busy, or number two is they don't want to fucking talk to you because, like I've said before, everyone has a reason for everything, right? So they have a reason for saying I'm busy. So
Right.
they could be saying, yeah, I'm really busy right now because they just don't want to talk to you, which is fine. They don't have to fucking talk to you. They don't have to. But in the same breath, if they're actually busy, then you continuing to talk is just disrespectful of their time and yours. Why do you want to talk? I don't want to talk to someone unless I have the full fucking attention, because otherwise it's just disrespectful because they're not listening to me. So
Right.
when I hear, when I was on sales calls and someone's got the like kids crying in the background, I can hear dogs and shit. Well, hey, look, sounds to me like a bad time. So where do you have somewhere maybe a little bit quieter that you can go to, or should we rearrange the call? Dual close. Give them two options. They choose one of the two. Oh yeah, do you know what? Thanks. Because I'm respectful of them. I'm not trying to push them. This is what too many salespeople do is they talk rather than listen. Right?
Yeah.
Age old saying. You have two ears, one mouth. Right? Sure, when you're on the phone, normally it's one ear, but still, you need to listen to them and listen to their backgrounds, because if you're trying to sell someone, you want them to be paying full attention. You want them to understand what it is exactly that they're getting into, because if they don't understand what they're getting into, then they can just back out in any fucking moment, right? Which is why most people try and close people that are just they're on the phone. Right, they're on the phone and they're like, "Oh, yeah. So, do you want to sign up now?" And the person's, you can hear they've got the TV on or whatever, and they're just talking. What can I do if someone's just talking? Fuck salespeople. Right. Salespeople are garbage. Let me make this guy suffer. He can just pitch me. Yeah. He's doing shit.
Yeah, that's definitely. I've definitely experienced that where I'm on a call and the guy's just like, yes, not giving any responses.
Yeah.
So
hey, do you know what? It sounds maybe I caught. It sounds like maybe I caught you at a bad time, because, but if it's also dependent as well, because if you're asking closed-ended questions, you're going to get a closed response. Now, a lot of salespeople and trainers, they try and say things like, oh, okay, the yes set. So you get 3 yeses, and then they're more likely to say yes again. It's manipulative, right? We don't want to be manipulative salespeople. The only thing that we want to do is we want to help the people that we can help, and the people that we can't help, we wish them a good day and a good life. It's really that simple. Rather than trying to find all of the tactics and everything else, it's more of a question of morality with sales. And trust me, especially with the fine wine investments, ironically now I'm drinking a bottle of fine wine, but you know, it was the same there. We were taught to be pushy, and we were taught to push for the sale. No, you don't want to push for the sale. You want a decision in a conversation, right? It's like, imagine that you're with a girl. Sure, your goal is to get a yes, because your goal comes from a scarcity mindset.
Right.
If you're trying to force every and any girl that you're dating to say yes, then you have a scarcity mindset. Whereas if you have tons and tons of girls, you're going to qualify them first.
Right.
Like, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
What can
That's
I do
how
for you?
that's how so many relationships get messed up too. They look at the outside and then they finally get through, and then they don't see the red flags.
They
just ignore
force
them.
themselves through, my friend. This is the issue with most people, is they force a relationship to happen.
Right.
Rather than allowing the relationship to happen. And saying, oh, okay, do you know what? You want this, I want this. Okay, cool. That's not compatible. That's, you want to go out and party and be a hoe. Cool. You can go and do that. Too many dudes are like, look, no, you're gonna stop going out. You're gonna stop doing all of these things that you already want to do, and then they wonder why in a year, 2 years time, she's super unhappy. They're always having arguments, and it's just a garbage trash relationship. And the reason being is because they force the relationship rather than actually allowing it to happen. Because if you're going to say to a lead just the same, and you're going to force them to make a sale, then they're probably, number one, going to be a refund. Number two is that's not a good sale. Because if the client doesn't want something, sure, there's plenty of ways that you can manipulate someone into buying something. But sales isn't about manipulation. It's about helping.
Right. And kind of covering that, I also want to know. I know a lot of guys in this space, especially a few war room guys. You have Jay Waller, you have Sterling Cooper. A lot of guys they talk about dating, while young. It's just not really a good idea, while you're young, because you're kind of building up. What are your personal thoughts on that? Is a girlfriend just a bad thing to have when you're super young? You're kind of building your empire.
It's a good question, but really, and I hate doing this, but the question needs to be asked first with a qualifying question. Why are you dating? Are you dating just to bang chicks?
Right.
If so, yes. Stop wasting your fucking time. Stop wasting your time. Like, seriously, banging chicks is such a garbage waste of time. Having more than one girlfriend, again, garbage waste of time. Trust me, this time last year I had 5. Like, it's a garbage waste of time. What you should be doing, especially as a young man, I don't want anyone to listen to anyone who's saying things like, oh yeah, you have to get all of the bitches, you have to fuck chicks, you have to do that. Bro, is that really what you want? You just want some hedonistic bullshit that's just easy? Because, bro, if you're able to fuck a chick and you've just been, you go into the club, right? You go into the club, you're spending, what, 2,000, whatever, 2,000. And now you've just met this random chick that you don't know, and she fucked you on the first night. You know how many other dudes have fucked her on the first night? Not only that, you don't know what STDs she's got. Number 2, you don't know who the fuck she is. Who is she there with? Is she going to famoosh you? Is it going to be a rape claim? You don't know. You don't know. It's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of time. Instead of that, why be doing all of that shit? Taking this shit back to your home, where then she can then say whatever happened to her, X, Y, and Z. And because she's a club chick. I don't want to date chicks who go to clubs. Why the fuck am I going to a club to find chicks to fuck? It's pointless. So the question is, why are you dating? If you're dating to seriously meet someone, then yeah, cool, absolutely. Because being with a woman, trust me, my girlfriend right now, absolutely best of the best. Best of the fucking best. She's incredible. Will give her not only the universe, but more, the multiverse, if I fucking could. Absolutely. That is worthwhile. Having a relationship that's meaningful, having a woman that loves you and not just looks up to you, right? Because it's not that women are less than men. That she admires what you're doing and looks up to the future version of yourself because she's seeing all of the effort that you're putting in, and she's behind that because she can see the results and she sees that you're on it. Then yeah, absolutely, go ahead and date. Go ahead and date, because honestly, bro, having a beautiful, kind-hearing, God-fearing woman who wants to support you, wants to. You not only do you want to give her a family, but you're going to be working fucking 15 times harder because she deserves that. That's why. But yeah, absolutely do it. But the question is, why are you dating? If it's for hedonistic bullshit, fine. If that's your thing, be all end all, that's your thing. Who am I to judge? But it's pointless. So yes, in that specific sense, garbage. Don't waste your time.
Waste your time.
If you're serious and you're a real fucking man,
yeah,
and you're looking to build a family and you're looking to be and commit to a singular woman, which I get, by the way, guys, it's fucking hard. I get it. You see a hot chick, but that's the whole point. Being a man, it's not easy, bro. It's not easy to commit to one chick. It's not. But you have to commit to the right one. And again, just the same as with sales, you have to qualify. And if you can't qualify, and if you're forcing the sale, guess what? You're forcing yourself into financial ruin, a complete fuckery, STDs, and God knows what else.
Yeah.
Find the right leads. Qualify the right leads.
So, and I suppose a little bit off topic. So for you, because I know, and people have this huge perception of, when they see Tate, they see the war, and they say, "Oh, this is just a huge cult of people that think exactly the same," and blah blah blah, da da da. But all the guys that I've spoken to, they have the same core beliefs that you got to be a strong man, but there are differences in the way they think, right?
Yeah,
based on actual life experience. It's not this huge cult, right?
Yeah.
So so for you, I know that Tate in particular, they'd speak of, you have your girlfriend, maybe every once in a while you cheat because you're a man and da da da. For you, it sounds different. It's like, cheating isn't even a thing. You just stick to the one. Because I even suppose it's kind of a waste of time, right? Because it doesn't really bring any satisfaction at the end of the day.
Well, look, I mean, yeah, for me, it's definitely different. I only believe now being with one woman. Like I said, this time last year, I had 5 beautiful girlfriends. I will never speak bad of them. They are absolutely incredible, each and every single one of them. And most men would die for any of them. To so much so that all of my friends that know me, and some of the guys that have met the girls, are like, "Bro, I don't know why the fuck you're not going to marry this girl." I'm like, "I'm not. She's not the one." But no, the thing is why? Like, it makes zero logical or emotional sense to go and just randomly bang a chick. Okay, so you're telling me that you've chosen a beautiful, incredible, supportive, kind, considerate, God-loving woman that is helping you and making your life better in every possible way. And then you want to go and fuck a random chick and lose a year, 2 years, 10 years, 15, 20, because it gets harder and harder and harder the older that you get, because of course she's going to lose her beauty, which is why you need to choose a woman that has way more than beauty. She needs to be feminine and innocent, and it's your job as a man not to just physically protect her, but let's face it, that's pretty much garbage. When the fuck has anyone actually really had to go and fucking punch a dude for their chick? I had to a couple of weeks ago, but it's so rare, it's insane, right? When I talk about protecting a woman, I'm talking about protecting her innocence from the garbage of fucking feminism, this hedonistic bullshit lifestyle, right? It's like I was saying to another friend, Anna, earlier on. I was saying, yesterday, my girlfriend wanted to go and watch what was it? What's the thing called? Magic wand fucking thing, Harry Potter, and so I was like, all right, cool. We'll go. We'll sit in the cinema room for like 4 or 5 hours, and we just like binge watch like 2 or 3. And bro, the most beautiful thing, I was sat there smiling, not because it brought me back to my childhood and all of this shit. Because yeah, man, I watched that shit when I was young. It was great. It was awesome rewatching it, and I was like, man, I forgot how cool this was. Memories with my dad, my family, and all of that. But no, I was smiling because she was laughing at the kind of the jokes. She was laughing at the jokes that the kids would laugh at, like something stupid, like a fat guy falling out, or like a really dumb childish one-liner, like a cheesy child one-liner that a child would laugh at. And she was fucking in fits laughing at all of that. That's way more. That's for me. That one moment is worth way more than me fucking 50 chicks. I don't give a fuck if they're 10s, because none of them are going to sit down and actually have that innocence with them still. And that's what you need to protect as a man. It's not her physically. Yes, that is a great fucking part, which is why you need to be fit and healthy and be able to fight, be able to. But you're protecting her mind and her spirit just the same as she is protecting yours, because she's protecting you from stress and bullshit. Because I swear on my life, if you have a woman who is praying for you, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, does not matter. But if you have a woman praying for you, God is very much on your side and will remain so for a very long time. If you're able to affect and to help a woman that much that she is praying for you and she loves you that much, God is very much behind you. And that if nothing else is God trumps all. So God wins. Bro.
Right. Yeah. So, and honestly, I wasn't even planning on talking about relationships for women overall on the podcast, because
conversations go however they go.
Yeah, they go. And the main reason for that is kind of because, for me, the way that I saw it is you just got to build yourself up, and eventually that comes, right? But would you say then, a part of kind of finding the right girl is, actually going out and kind of speaking to women? When you go out there, you see a beautiful girl, you just walk up, talk to her. Not something that you have in your mind that today I'm going to go out, I'm going to do this, but you see it, and that's a part of the journey, right? Would you say?
I'll tie it into sales. You need to remove the expectation, because the expectation is what destroys a thing, right? If I've got so many analogies that I could use, but I like this one. I'm coming up with this on the spot. If I'm planting a seed and I'm caring for that seed every single day, watering it and giving it the fertilizer it needs, and I'm watching that seed grow, I don't know what seed I planted. It's just a seed. Someone gave it to me. And I'm expecting it to be, I don't know, let's say an apple tree. I'm expecting it to be an apple tree. Out of all of the seeds on planet Earth, and I expect it to be an apple tree. And then I'm then really pissed off that it's an apple tree because it's not the one that I wanted. Well, hold on a second. I should have probably asked the guy who gave me the seed in the first place and checked with the seed. Hey, is this an apple seed? Or is this a pumpkin seed? But at the same time, you can't change the seed. You can't change the seed. Once you planted the relationship, you get what you've got. So it's very much the same with anything else. It's the same with sales, right? If you expect every single person to say yes to you, then you're a cunt. Because no one's going to say yes to you. Not everyone's going to say yes, right?
Right.
It's the same with women. You need to remove the expectation and the fear from it. So if you're able to just go up to a woman, this is what I do, bro. If I was single, go up to any beautiful woman, I'd just see them in the street. I'd just say, hey, look, sorry, excuse me, you have 1 second? It always the same. What the fuck? Someone's talking to me? Like, just sorry. You look amazing today. I just wanted to say, smile, turn around, get on with your day. I guarantee you, not even, like, I'd say probably about half of them will come after you. Like, if you're well dressed, if you smell nice, and you come across really well, and you genuinely don't care about the outcome, probably about half of them will come back. But even still, even if they don't come back, you've probably just made someone's day. So fuck it. It's a win-win anyway. You're doing good. You're not lying. And you get to have fun.
Right.
And you remove the fear from the social dynamic, and you're not expecting anything from it. So you're not pissed off if she doesn't come running after you.
Yeah, that's amazing advice. That's a win-win. Either way
It's a
you look at it,
win-win.
you
You
don't really.
win. You win, they win. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Why
it
not?
is.
Oh, because this is the thing that people do. They get in front of themselves. Because rather than just going up to a beautiful woman and just saying, and then genuinely just admiring her beauty and saying, excuse me, you look amazing today. Smile. Appreciate her beauty. Just carry on walking. Carry on walking by. Carry on. Have a good day. That's it. You really want to fuck with a chick? Bro, I used to do this all the time. And I swear to God, because I genuinely did not give a fuck. I used to be out with my friends or business partners, and I'd just see a beautiful woman, sat down with a girlfriend. Bro, I've 5 friends. I can remember one of the last times I did it. There's 5 friends, really nice restaurant. Normally I don't walk up to people in restaurants, but she looked amazing. She had this beautiful dress on, super classy. So I just walked up to her, and I could tell it was her birthday because they were singing happy birthday, which is kind of an obvious sign, right? So I said, happy birthday. And by the way, that dress that you're wearing is absolutely incredible. Do you mind if I buy you a drink? So, oh yeah, that would be really nice. Thank you. So, all right, cool. So I go, I sit down, I'm with my friend, I get the waiter over and just say, look, whatever she's drinking, just pour her one. She gets the drink. I sit back down, I don't go back up, and for the whole rest of the night, she's just, why is this guy he's just offered me a drink and he's just gonna fucking go? Yeah, because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's not because I don't care about the person. I don't care about the outcome.
Right.
You do it to be a nice person, to be a good, gracious person. That's it.
Yeah, that's some. I've never, because you kind of taught to just you always go for the clothes. You go for the clothes, whether it's sales or dating, you go for the clothes. But like I'm thinking about how that would play out.
You don't know who she is, bro. You don't know who she is. Why do you want to close something that you don't even know if it's a viable lead or not? It is dumb. It's just dumb. Like, cool, all right, fine. If she comes up and talks afterwards, cool. Otherwise, so what? Me paying, I don't know, $10 for a drink, let's say, for some fucking random cocktail to see and admire a beautiful, classy woman. Fuck yeah, is that worth $10? I mean, you can't really put a price. You cannot put a price on a female body, unless, of course, they're on OnlyFans. Then you're looking at $5.99 a month, right? But otherwise, you can't. You can't. Female beauty is priceless. It's priceless and is something to be admired. But to be admired if you're single. Otherwise, guess what? It's off limits, bro. If you're religious. Otherwise, all right, cool. Do whatever weird degenerate shit you want.
Right. And I imagine you'd be much more peaceful. You'd live a much more peaceful life like that, just not expecting anything. It's just a better way to live,
Yeah,
in my opinion. I'm just thinking about it now. I'm like, damn, that's a much better way to live life, isn't it?
bro.
So yeah,
Oh, okay. This thing happened. Cool. This thing happened. At least I wasn't expecting something like the whole world to be perfect. Like,
right,
it is what it is. And still, even still, a seed may grow, and you may even see leaves that seem similar to an apple tree, and it turns out
yeah,
to be tomatoes. Still,
right.
bro, you're getting. It is what it is. If that's not the seed that you want, then you should have bought the fucking correct seed in the first place.
Right, true. So I'm gonna kind of segue back to where we were in terms of sales. I know in the beginning I had mentioned kind of the energy levels, and you told me, eat good food, have a have a meaning, have a reason for what you're doing, have a why. I know a lot of guys, especially the top tier guys in sales, they always have a kind of routine. And I remember watching one of your podcasts, and you said, you do the like a three, you write your goals down like twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and then once if anything goes
For
wrong.
most normal people, yeah. So I mean, for me, I just have a whiteboard. I
Right.
I write shit down in the morning. So today's obviously Monday. I write shit down in the morning,
Yeah.
and like the main things that I absolutely need to do.
Yeah.
And to be honest about it, I don't even tick them off because I'm too fucking busy. I'm too busy getting those things done and everything else. So I just. But for normal people, yeah, man, like you need clarity in life. You need to know, okay, what do I want? Where do I want to be at the end of today? Where do I want to be at the end of today? And the way that I explain this is another metaphor, which is by saying that if you're going to get into a car, right? Where do you live, bro?
I'm in Jamaica.
Okay, so let's say that from going where you are now, you want to go and move to Kingston, right? You want to drive to Kingston. All right. You're going to need to take a very specific set of lefts, rights to eventually end up there, right?
Right.
Sure, you're going to have maybe some roads are going to be closed, maybe some bumper clots going to get in your way, but
Yeah.
it's shit happens, right? Shit happens, but guess what? There's another route. So you type in, and this is what you do with your to-do list every day is you write down, okay, I want to go here. These are the places I want to visit in Jamaica right
Yeah.
now. I want to go to Kingston. I want to go to, I forget what where do they have lots of the swordfish, the fresh swordfish? I always forget what's
The
called.
grill.
Yeah, and
Have you
then I
been
want
down
to.
there?
No, bro, I've never been to Jamaica. I just know a lot of shit.
Okay.
I just know a
Okay.
lot of shit, and I've got respect. I've got respect for my brethren because they're peaceful. Well, I say that. It's
Well.
high violence, but neither here nor there. But the point is, you have to have things that must be done. For most normal people, you need it because otherwise, most people, and this is going to piss some people off, and that's perfectly fine because I don't give a fuck. Most people have goldfish attention spans. That's why TikTok's a thing. This is why YouTube Shorts is a thing. This is why they're even starting to make films on Netflix, I've heard, that are like 10 or 15 minutes long.
Yeah, shorts. Yeah.
Robo something, some dude said to me. But our attention spans are getting less and less and less because we need more and more and more dopamine. So you need a list of focal points where you can say, oh shit, yeah. You get distracted for like 2 seconds. You stand up every 15 minutes, half an hour, stand up, have a nice stretch, walk, get some fresh air, get some sunlight, drink some water, make sure that your brain has the nutrients it needs to function properly. And then you just look at the lists. Monkey see, monkey do. Like, it's the most ridiculously easy fucking thing on the planet. The problem is why people don't do task lists. It's very straightforward. And it's simply because they write everything down. They plan everything perfectly. And then the distraction happens. Oh, shit. Instagram. Oh, dear. TikTok. Let me carry on scrolling through. Oh, shit. There goes half an hour. Well, maybe that thing's not worth doing. And then they start overthinking.
Right.
They're like, oh, now I haven't done that thing when I said I was going to do that thing. Oh, shit. So now I can't do that thing. Fuck it. The whole day's gone to shit. And then they just turn back to Instagram because of their stupid little fucking goldfish mind. It's stupid.
You're right. So that's kind of the only thing that you do. I used to when I was super young. Well, I am super young, but when I was much younger, I used to do the cold showers and the morning routine. But I feel like that stuff just makes you weak, honest. Because if I didn't do it, then I couldn't do anything else the rest of the day.
Well, it's coming up with excuses. Everyone's just like, oh, okay, what's the best fucking hack to break my boredom and my laziness? You just need to do shit. Like I was saying before, snowball. Pick up the fucking snowball, push it down. It's really that straightforward. If you pick up the snowball every single fucking morning, even if you don't want to do it, and you push it, you're good. It's like at the end of the day, look, it's as simple as this. Everyone has an issue with motivation because everyone puts so much emphasis on motivation. Motivation isn't the problem. The problem is your lack of inaction.
Right. There's no momentum or anything.
Well, you haven't even bent. It's like people come to me all of the time and they're like, yo, I've got this business idea. I'm like, all right, cool. And they're trying to pitch me. They want me to come in as a partner. They want me to invest, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. It's a decent idea. Okay, so how many clients you got? Oh, no, nothing. Okay, you got a website? How many website views do you get a day? Oh, no, none. None. So you have a website and you're not getting any? What's your marketing like? Oh, no. We don't even have a website yet. Fuck you and your garbage. No, I'm not going to talk to you again. I'm not going to waste my time. But unless, so I another metaphor. I'm like a metaphor machine. Call me Metaphor Michael from now on. But another one that I use is that you can go to the gym, right? You can pay for your gym membership. Go to the gym. Have the best personal trainer on the planet Earth. You could have a personal chef cooking all of your meals for you. But unless you pick up the weights, you're not going to get stronger. No one else can pick up the weights for you. No one else can get on the running machine for you. And most importantly, no one else can eat that food. But here, most people are deciding time and fucking time again to go and eat garbage crap, processed foods, and they just do the same thing again and again and again. And they run with this existence for the whole rest of their lives. Because what becomes comfortable is what you repeat. So if you repeat to do the same thing, and that thing is garbage becomes your normal baseline. Just the same. You do hard things every day. Hard things become your baseline.
And then doing garbage is uncomfortable. It's more painful than it is beneficial. Than it makes you feel good.
It gets to the point where you just can't do it. You
Yeah.
can't do shit that doesn't have a reason. But everything that you do should have a reason. Why am I going? Like, look, going and having a break isn't bad. Everyone needs a break, except for me, because I'm like iRobot. But I'm like iRobot if the writer was dyslexic, right? Like I'm like B robot or something. So, but the bottom line is that there has to be a reason behind why you're doing something. If they're going full circle back into what I was saying at the start, if there is no reason for you to do something, don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. It's that straightforward. If you don't have a reason behind why you're doing something, don't do it in the first place, because it's probably a waste of time. Okay, go on TikTok, look at Instagram, but why? How is that going to make you money? Are you learning what substitutes a very good video? Are you learning how to make good videos? Then okay, that's fine. Look for like half an hour, but just be conscious of what you're looking at, rather than allowing your mind to be full and hypnotized with just garbage of attention grabbing. Everything wants your attention.
Yeah. And bro, TikTok, I don't have it on my phone unless I have to re-download it every time that I use it for something. Like for this podcast, I'm going to be creating shorts and putting it on, all around, right? If I didn't have a reason for it, I wouldn't have it, because it's super addictive. And everybody I see, they're on their phones. They're just scrolling through TikTok every day, just scrolling through. Have no idea. They're not retaining anything. They're just scrolling through.
I'll tell you a thing. I took my girlfriend out on last Sunday.
Yeah.
And we went to this, it was like a surprise date thing. And it was like this candlelight, concert, live concert. And we walk in, surprising, and she's like, fuck's sake, I can't believe that you actually did this. This is so amazing, it's so cool. She's laughing and she's happy. We sit down for a few minutes. She's telling me how happy and thankful she is, cuddling me here. And then I look up and I just look around, because I was admiring the place. They have candles fucking everywhere. It's beautiful. But then I look, zero over exaggeration. It was 8 rows of 6, and split in between, in the middle by the walkway. 12 rows of 6. I swear to God, there wasn't a single couple that I could see that wasn't on their phones. Everyone was on their phone. Everyone, and it was painfully obvious because it's a dark room, right? You've just got like maybe 1,000, 2,000 candles. So you've got the light of the candles, which is like orange and beautiful, and it's nice and it's peaceful. And then you can see on everyone's face is fucking white. Yeah. Because everyone's looking at the phone, and then you see the white move for them to show their fucking partner some whatever the fuck they're looking at, some cat meme or something, right? And it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're in a beautiful scenario, but you're still on your phone. And not only that, but you're in a beautiful scenario, you're on your phone, you're doing jack shit with your phone, and you're with your partner. Like, that's how much of a goal. No one's living where we're living. It's just bring on the fucking meteor, 2023, please. It's disgusting.
I mean, at that point, it's not even a date anymore. You're doing the same thing you do at home.
Well, that's even worse, bro. Me and my girlfriend, if we are together, we leave our phones. We leave our phones. Like tonight, I've got a live that I need to do after this. Right. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna read the fucking Bible together for maybe half an hour, an hour, depends on when I finish. And then we're gonna go and we're gonna watch a film, chill out, go the fuck to sleep. And then I'll probably, when she sleeps, probably in the cinema room, she always goes. It's like women do this, right? You turn on anything, in 5 minutes, sleep. Why tell me that you want to watch something and then we start watching a thing and then you just go to sleep in like 5 minutes? Just all women do this. It's brilliant. It's just, women are brilliant. But then I'm gonna go back and do some more work if she does just so happen to fall asleep when we're watching whatever film we're watching.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
every single time.
So it's what am I doing? It's not okay. I have time with her. Cool, that's fine. We get time. If she's sleeping, I'm gonna go and do some work because she's sleeping now. She doesn't need me there. She's in Betty by land doing counting sheep. I'm not there. I got money to count. She has the sheep to count. That's fine.
Right. So, when it comes on to sales and just business overall, because honestly, it's not just sales, it's just business making money. Anybody that's watching this, they're focused on making money, right? A huge part that's overlooked is physical fitness, right? They sit down. I know there's a lot of guys that are out there. They just sit down and they just focus on money. They don't do anything. They don't work out. But anybody in the particular circle that I'd say you're in, they always say you get the body right and it's gonna come. You're gonna learn so much things from just being fit, right? For you, what's the importance of that? You're staying fit.
Look, being healthy, being fit, and eating the right food, having a decent amount of sleep, for most people is exceptionally important.
Yeah.
But it's really just making sure that your brain has enough nutrients. Because, bro, I know enough fucking meatheads that go to the fucking gym that are fucking shredded, but they don't have the brain. Yeah. And they ain't making money. They ain't making money. Look, you could be as fat as fuck. Like, okay, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is whiter than a neutron star. Like, the guy literally re-radiates the sun's radiation. He's that white. The guy hasn't seen sunlight for 15 and a half fucking years. And he's overweight. And he's fat. But guess what?
Right.
He's a fucking billionaire. I'm not. Like, it doesn't have any importance on money. Sure. Is it good to be healthy? Yes, absolutely. But is it the be all end all? No, not at all. Not at all. And too many people focus far too much on it. It's like fighting. You can go, you can because to go and fight and to spar it's normally going to take you about 3 hours every time that you're going to go. You have to go, you have to train, you have to stretch, you have to warm up, then you have to actually spar, then you have to take a break, then you have to spar again. And then you leave and it's cold and you're soaking fucking wet. So now you need to change. Now you need to shower. Now your brain doesn't work because you've been hit around the head. You have a mild kind of not concussion, but you're distorted. Your vision of the world is kind of like it's going to take 3-4 hours, right? For you to do that every single day and not try to be a professional fighter, in my opinion, it's a massive waste of time. Massive waste of time.
Right.
But if you're going to the gym every single day and you're in there for 3-4 hours, again, the same fucking thing. You're wasting your. What are you doing for 3-4 hours? Like, bro, go to the gym 45 minutes in, out, 30 minutes. If you can't get a workout done, like at least a good workout, it doesn't have to be a perfect workout, but a good workout, you go in and you say, right, that's it. I'm at it for half an hour. Bearing in mind, I'm not a fitness guy. I don't know if someone's going to talk about fucking glucose and everything else. I don't care, bro. If I go into the gym half an hour to an hour and I leave without being able to fucking feel my arms, cool. I'm good. I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. And like I'm not a fat dude, and I eat insane amounts of food. I eat insane amounts of food, and quite the opposite of that. So, it depends. It depends on the person. But the most important thing for the brain, or two things: sleep, and the vitamins and minerals that you're taking, and just don't have things that cut your blood flow often. Like red wine, for example. Red wine's great for blood flow.
It's great for the blood flow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? I don't need that. So is there any, do you take any like daily supplements?
Oh, I take shit tons, bro. I have a whole thing for here. Daily supplements, cigars, and I'll probably take on a normal day. I'll take 15 to 20 different supplements. It depends. It depends on what's going on, how my body is, how I feel, but all as much of it natural as possible, like omega oils and stuff you want from fish, rather than just the pills. But if I haven't had fish for like 2 or 3 days, then yeah, I'm popping an omega 3, 6, and 9 pill for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, yeah, I think it's close to impossible for a single person to get everything that they need just from diet. Because I also eat a ton of shit as well. Like I eat tons of chocolate.
Right.
Cheat day.
Yeah.
Every day. Every day. So,
right.
So yeah, it depends on the person, but I genuinely think at the end of the day, everyone's body is different. We all have our own nuances. Our bodies have its own function. You know, everyone's DNA is different, and so on and so forth, and it functions in different ways. So I think really for everyone, my best piece of advice when it comes to health and really everything is see what's best, try what's best for you, stay away from fucking cocaine, because not fun. I mean, it's very fun, but it's not good long term, right? So stay away from cocaine, other drugs, and that includes weeds. Just don't do anything synthetic or natural which is going to alter your mind state. You don't want that. You just don't want it.
Right. And that was actually, I was actually going to end up segueing into that. Is, you know, a lot of people that speak about physical fitness, but then I see the billionaires and, you know, they're fat. They're super fat.
It's the same with everything. Wait,
Yeah.
one second. Babe, can you give me the charger, please? Thank you. But it's the same with everything, right? You need to look at life like an RPG game. You need to look at it like an RPG game, because there's only so many hours in a day that you have, right? So you have 24 points to spend every single day. What are you going to spend those points on? Those points extrapolate to a week, a month, a year, and then a lifetime, right? So what do you want to max out in? Because for me, I want to max out in happiness, in meaning, which is perfectly segueing. Ben Aki. In meaning. Come here. Ben. We have this little ball of meaning, right? But you need meaning in your life as a man. And meaning can be either internalized or externalized. You can either internalize it and create your own meaning. Can you pass it through there? And then just up here. Thank you. Does it go? Let's try it, because my phone's going to die otherwise. Whoop. Close. There we go.
Great.
But yeah, meaning can either be internalized or externalized, right? So you can have one or the other. But I think with men, it's easier to externalize meaning, which is why I think animals and pets are great, but only get a dog if you're planning on staying where you are. Yeah, and I say that very much through experience. My dog's very ill. Bless her. She's about to be 6. So she, before, even whilst I had all of the other chicks and everything else,
yeah,
she was the meaningful for me working. And because I just wanted to go to cool places with my dog and do cool shit with my dog. I didn't want to do it with chicks. Fuck, they're going to be around for a little bit. My dog's going to stay with me forever. Cool. Right? Like, but this is the delusion as well is if you're a young man, you should be traveling, you should be getting more and more experience with people. And in doing that, then you get more and more idea about the responsibilities of having children, of having dogs or pets, of having a girlfriend, because a girlfriend is also your responsibility, like hugely.
Yeah.
A girlfriend should not be a girlfriend. A girlfriend should be a future wife. You shouldn't just be dating just to fuck. If you're dating just to fuck, you're not dating. You're just fucking. Right? So
Right.
you need that reason. But for us men, it's very easy to externalize it, and it's much easier. I'd go so far to say. But the difficult thing is internalizing the future that you want as a man. And it's also very difficult to do that when you're a young man, because you also don't know what you want in the future, because you're young and you're confused. And then you also get guided by Dan Bilzerian and all of these other dudes that seem it like, because you're young, right? Like you want to fuck. It's normal. It's normal. So you want to fuck, and then you see dudes fucking a bunch of chicks, and you're like, oh, I want to fuck a bunch of chicks. Let me do what this guy's doing. But actually, it's like, okay, the guy's fucking a ton of chicks, but is he living a meaningful life? Is he getting closer to God? Because there's only going to be one person that we all answer to at the end of the day, right?
Mm.
So, do I want to get closer to that guy? I say that guy, to him now, or live for eternity without? No, I think that the world is a beautiful place and it's incredible. And if he has made it, then fantastic. I can't imagine being close to someone that's that capable. It's like everyone says, be with your role models. You need role models. Cool. I have mine. Mine is very clear put and clear cut in the Bible. So I will try to be like that person. And if I'm going to spend an eternity with that person, do I want to be as similar to him as possible? Yes, of course.
Okay. And so were you always I'm guessing you weren't always like super strict on religion or whatnot, or what kind of got you there to that point?
You broke up for a sec for me. What was the first part of that question?
Okay. So I was saying, I'm guessing just based off of, just a few of the podcasts that I've seen, that you weren't always as dedicated to religion as you are now.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I
So
was quite actively the opposite. I was quite
right.
actively the opposite, bro. I was, yeah.
So what changed that?
You know, you kind of get to a certain point in life. For some, it comes to different people at different points. Bearing in mind, I've read the Quran. Muhammad, peace be upon him, I will always be extraordinarily respectful of, and the religion. I considered myself Muslim for a while. It was only a short while, so I know haram, everyone. But genuinely so, I was dating an Iranian chick at the time. I was maybe 16, 17. But when it comes down to it, I've been living probably the past maybe six or so years without God, and you can marvel at what we do as humans, right? Like it's absolutely fucking insane that I have this phone here and this phone here, and I can touch it. I touch it and it does shit. Right. It does shit that helps me. It's absolutely insane that someone made Mozart. right? It's absolutely insane that both of these two are handmade. It's fucking insane. It's crazy. It's also crazy to me that I can learn knowledge from other people. Like if you genuinely think about it, it's insane and it's incredible, and it's marvelous. It's absolutely ridiculously insane. Like even something as simple as this now empty bottle of wine, right? Someone had to make the bottle.
Did you open that at the beginning of the podcast?
Oh no, it was open before, but
Oh.
someone made the label, someone made the glass, someone made this, someone sealed it. Well, I say someone or someone made the robot that did it, right? And then on top of that, someone made the wine, and that was shipped from Calificada, which is sure that's in Spain, but it's incredible that we can do all of these things. But what's more incredible is that there's a universe in the first place where us humans exist, right?
Yeah.
What we can do is nothing in even comparison with God. If God can build the universe, whether you think it's 7 days, whether you think he said it in a whisper, whether you think it's Karmaic and Buddhist. I was Buddhist for a very long time, from probably 13 until 16. I say a very long time. For me at that time, it felt like a long time, but now I'm like 3 years is fuck all. But someone created the universe. Something created the universe. Because every action has a reaction, right? Newton's law. So if every action has a reaction, then the universe can't just be a reaction of nothing, can it?
No.
So therefore, proof of God.
So one day you just sat down and you thought about all this, and then you're like, is that how it
Bro,
took
I
place?
sat down, honestly, I had to have a very, 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 very long conversation with myself. And I advise all of you young men to do the same. Sit down, have a very long ass conversation with yourself. Because you need to talk to yourself, because too many of you are putting in your GPS of life coordinates that you don't even want to arrive at. You're putting in coordinates from other people. You're seeing all of this shit on social media. Everyone's talking about, oh yeah, women see this on social media. Women want to be this on social media. Women just want attention on social media. Bro, you're the opposite. You're the one that's giving the attention, right? So if you're giving the attention on social media and you're taking in all of this information and giving all of the attention away, then number one, you're the consumer, right? You're the consumer of the information. So therefore, what you must do is sit down and have a conversation with yourself. What kind of information and attention do I want to be spending? How much of my attention should really be spent on this rather than me actually focusing on the shit that I have to do? Because too many people focus on, oh, okay, if I watch motivational shit every day, I'm going to be motivated to do more shit. No, all that you're doing is going and watching more motivational shit. I don't want people to watch my shit. I want people to watch it once or twice and then disappear from my life until they come back and they say, yo, you know what? Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. You helped me with this. And my life is better for it. Right. I don't need an endless plan of subscriptions. No, go and make something of yourself. Like, this is the issue. Is you need to sit down and you need to decide, what do I actually want in life? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to have maybe, I don't know, and I'm not here to say what you want or what you don't, but maybe it's nice for you to go out and party all day, all night. And trust me, it's cool. I've done it. It's a whole lot of fun, but it really isn't. Like when you really sit down and you say, okay, what am I getting from this? Because when you go out and you party, at best, what are you going to do? You're going to fuck a chick. You're going to leave your friends or people that you call your friends. You're going to go and you're going to fuck a chick. Cool. all of the potential problems that come with that. Okay. And now I'm super hungover. I haven't got any sleep. I'm completely fucking wasted. I don't want to do anything. And I can't physically do anything today because I'm too hungover. And I can't now do my responsibilities. I can't look after myself. I can't call my mom because my head is killing me so much. And I can't call my siblings. And I can't call my family. And I can't go to church. And I can't learn because I can't focus because I'm fucking hungover and because I didn't get any fucking sleep. So every man just needs to sit down and say, you know what? Where do I want to end up? Where? And decide. Because it's very easy from that point. Once you've decided what is it that you want from it? Do you want a wife? Do you want kids? Everyone's talking about how wives and kids. Bro, it's the most human thing that you can do. The whole red pill community is focused on how, oh yeah, you don't want to have a wife and kids. What are you talking about, bro? Hold on a second. I thought that the red pill community was smart enough to be against the globalism agenda. And yet here we are talking about how we shouldn't have wives and kids and we shouldn't repopulate the fucking planet Earth. That sounds very much like hypnotism from the globalist agenda, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
And this is why the red pill is fucking garbage. Broken your brain today, sir.
You've definitely done something there. I never. I think there's twice now. There's like two specific moments where you're like, oh, AI and God, and now this, or it's like, because the red pill is supposed to be like the polar opposite of everything that you're kind of taught.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about it like that. So how do you
fine?
Yeah,
fuck it. Let me break the internet for a second.
Do it.
So let's actually focus on the red pill.
Right.
So the red pill says, single mothers are trash. You shouldn't ever date single mothers. Yet here the red pill is saying, oh, you should go and fuck any chick because chicks aren't anything, right? Oh, you don't have to use a condom with a chick because if you use a condom with a chick, then what? She doesn't trust you. So hold on a second. You're gonna have sex with a random chick, have the potential to have children with this woman, and then say women aren't shit. You shouldn't have single parents. No,
right.
It's a fucking bullshit and it's a trash idea. It's absolute trash and garbage. Now, even more than that. Okay, so red pill says, oh yeah, we should have multiple wives, everything else. Okay, the only religion on that I know of that accepts multiple wives, maybe Hinduism actually, I vaguely recall something, but is Islam. And in Islam, it's very fucking clear. You should not have multiple wives unless you're able to have and afford for two families. Why is that the case? And it's a very logical case. And I absolutely agree with Islam in this case, which is that if you're able to financially afford two families and children, then absolutely repopulate the earth with more mini yous, right? However, what's actually happening? Too many broke dudes now have a fucking ego and they can't even afford to keep after themselves because they're living in their mom's fucking basement doing jack shit. And they are repopulating because they're the ones going to clubs, fucking chicks, because chicks think that they're going to meet a good guy in a club because that's what Bad Bunny and Logan Paul says. It's absolute fucking garbage and it's going to be the death of society. What? What's left of Western society anyway.
True. Wow. That's a lot of that I never thought about it like that. A lot of it I never thought about it like that at all. I always knew because I was never interested in running around and just fucking a ton of chicks. It was never tried it out. Never really interested me. Like I don't get the whole point right?
No,
But
that's cool, man. Like, look, at the start, most chicks aren't going to be interested in you because at the start of your romantic journey, like, bro, I did this all the time. I used to be way too like needy, way too obsessive. What like because I was scared about losing the girl, right? I was scared about losing the girl because I already got, again, going back full circle into what I was saying before, because I had an expectation from them. And now I don't have an expectation. So even with my girlfriend, when I wake up in the morning, she's written me this beautiful letter, and I see that, I'm the happiest man on fucking planet Earth. I don't give a fuck about your 200 fucking million. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about how many hoes you were fucking last night. Cool. Because guess what? They're all going to go tomorrow. They're all going to go tomorrow. And you know what I get tomorrow? Another handwritten note. First thing in the morning, with my coffee done, with a happy, proud woman. That's what it's about.
yeah,
Not this hedonistic shit.
right. And the personality and the way that you look at it kind of comes, with growing as a man. Anyways, if you're doing the right things you need to do, then you're probably going to develop the mindset it takes to get the right girl. Would you say?
Well, I think differently now. My advice to them is definitely different now.
Yeah.
I think for most men, what's lacking, especially online, is the need to be absolutely 100% humbled. And the only thing that's going to do that is the creator of the fucking universe. Because guess what? You can't even fucking make a pancake, bruv. Right? So guess what? Humble yourself a little bit. Right? And so my best advice for young men is pick up the Holy Bible. Respectfully to my Muslim brothers, I'm not going to say the Quran. It is a very good book to read, but I believe in what I believe in, and I stand by that. But once you have read the Bible, definitely read the Quran. I'm sorry, I am not sorry, but you should certainly do that because you need to be humbled. Because unless you've gone through trauma as a young man, like I have, been abused as a kid, drug addict, all of this shit, unless you've been through the works, you haven't been humbled yet.
Right.
You have not been humbled yet. And if you have not been humbled yet, then you're going to be full of yourself and you're going to be a young man and think that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. And that's not the case.
Right.
As I was saying before, every action has a reaction. And it always will and always shall.
Right. And when it comes on to like kind of getting through trauma, going through trauma, a lot of guys, it just happens. Nobody really asks for that. Right. But there are a particular set of people that decide that, this is the type of man that I want to be. And in order to be that man, I have to put myself through trauma and,
it's garbage.
To go through the military.
It's a fucking garbage mindset. I'm sorry, bro. I've had this one too many times and I've heard it so many times and it actually pisses me the fuck off. You don't need to go through trauma to be a man. You don't. Like, you flat out don't. You know what you need to do to be a man? It's very simple. You need to respect others. You need to love the woman that you're with. Or be building for the future family that you're going to have. Right. Be as truthful as you possibly can. Hold yourself accountable. Be as responsible for your delegates as you can be. Never backstab someone. Be loyal to those that are loyal to you. Disband those that are not. and have healthy boundaries. I think that's pretty all encompassing. I'm probably missing some things because I'm coming off of this off the top of my head, but I think that's
Right.
pretty all encompassing.
So it's bullshit, basically. The idea you put yourself through trauma,
No, it's
it's rubbish.
absolute fucking garbage. Why do you need to go through trauma to be a good person? You're a good person, aren't you?
I believe so.
Right? You've been through what you consider or considered to be traumas in your past, right?
I
In your
suppose so.
past.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Yeah.
you were told that those traumas are less meaningful than others. Like, fine.
Right.
I know people, bro. I've been like, I can barely feel my finger. I don't know if you can see that, but I've been fucking stabbed.
Yeah, I can kind of see
Like,
it.
I've been stabbed. I've been through unimaginable bullshit. But why did I go through that shit? That wasn't for me to purposefully become a better man or to become a stronger human being. No, I went through that shit because I was a fucked up, stupid kid doing stupid fucking shit because I had no one to turn to. And I didn't believe in God. I had no higher power. My father was, God bless his soul, was depressed with the breaking up of him and my mother. I was too scared to tell my dad that I was being abused as a kid by my mum's new ex-boyfriend. So it has nothing to do with anyone else. It has everything to do with me. So, as a man, you don't need to go through trauma. What you need to do is put yourself in difficult positions, though. That is what you need to do. And by difficult positions, I mean do what is difficult. Do what pushes your brain at a percentage or 2 percentage points more. Go to the gym. When you're in the gym and you don't think that you can pick up one more rep, pick that last rep up and do another one afterwards, or at least fucking try.
Right.
It's not to go through trauma. It's to put yourself in difficult positions where you're testing yourself.
Yeah. Just do the hard things.
Not just do the hard things. Do things that test you. That test your mind. That test your durability, really. Because trust me, you have way more in you than you think you have.
Right.
And I know that sounds like fluffy garbage bullshit, but it's a proven fact.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Like, I can guarantee you now. In fact, fuck it. Do it. This is going to be fun.
What are we doing?
I'm taking over the podcast.
All right, let's do it. What are we doing?
Right, so you need to stand up.
All right.
Do you think that you're very flexible?
Flexible? No, I'm definitely not flexible.
All right. By the way, guys, this is probably looking kind of sus because he just stood up and it's wrong angles here. So, all right. And now this is going to seem even more sus. But anyway, try to touch your toes.
Try to touch my toes. Oh, we're gonna go
like standing up, legs straight, knees straight. Try and touch your toes together.
Did it for 1 second.
Okay.
With the legs and knees straight.
Now,
you could probably definitely do it for longer than that.
Now, close your eyes for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Visualize yourself doing it again, but getting your whole hand on the floor. Visualize yourself genuinely doing it again. Your hands are in front of you.
Yeah.
But now they are on the floor.
They're on the floor.
And they're on the floor comfortably. Comfortably on the floor.
All right.
And you can do it. There's no pain. It's relaxed. It's easy. And you can touch the floor with your hands for a long period of time. So hands out.
All right. Do I open the eyes?
Try. And now try.
Okay.
Now try and touch the floor.
All right. Let's do it. I got tips on my fingers, not the palm. Let's try again.
You're under a lot of pressure.
I'm not even anxious about it. It's just not happening for me. Let me try it again.
It's all right. It happens every once in a while. I've been on camera. You guys can clip this. Fake guru wrecked. It's fine. It's fine. But try it in your own time as well, because if you do this and I've had overall, I think it's like nine. So I counted. It was anyway 9 something out of 10 people that I've tried this with in a lesson were able to go way further than they were before. Way.
I mean, I did recently work my legs out, so that could be a part of it because they are sore. But
no, even that. Well,
even
potentially,
that?
but I'm not getting. But it's the mind limits you. The mind is the thing that limits you, because if you only believe that you can work for 10 hours without getting tired, guess what? You're going to work for 10 hours and then you're going to get tired, right? So,
right.
I'm
not going to stop trying that, just so you know, until I get it.
I need you to tag me when you do it and you're like, this motherfucker. But only try it one more time. Wait 24 hours.
Right.
Because if you do it more times, people are going to say, yeah, well, he stretches tendons now and shit. Like,
right.
Wait 24 hours. Try it in 24 hours.
I'll try it.
But yeah, man, it's easy. It really is. Just it all boils down to just being a good person, right? Like at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's being a good person and helping other people that want to be good people to become good people. I think that's pretty much it, really.
Being a good person.
Okay. Exactly. Now define being a good person, because your GPS is going to end up in a different place than what is mine, right?
Right.
And I don't want you to live your life based on what I want. Right. So this is why you sitting down and having that conversation with yourself as a man is the most important thing. Right, because otherwise you're not living your life.
Living somebody else's. Right. Right. You know, you kind of do have the guru energy there. You kind of do. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, don't guru. Don't guru, bro.
So before I wrap it up, because I know I told you 2 hours. So before I wrap it up, I do have just some quick questions. Won't take too long.
Sure.
The first thing is, I know that you mentioned, you had like a goal of hitting, like, this was like 6 years ago, by the way. You mentioned you had a goal of, reaching or helping 6 million people. Did you hit that? And what kind of started that? Because that's I haven't heard that.
My bro does research. So this was on a podcast that I did when I was like 16, and I had a goal that year to help 6 million people, because one of my old, and by the way, don't do this, but one of my old things was whichever goal I come up with, I need to 6x it. I need to times it by 6. So my goal was originally to help 1 million people that year. So then I times it by 6. And I hit 2 million subscribers, I think it was, followers on Periscope. I can't remember if it was subscribers, likes, or comments. I don't know. So long ago.
Right.
But I hit 2 million it wasn't even that year. It was within 6 months. And we were saying before about things that you regret, about momentum. this is one thing that I massively regret, is not keeping up my momentum as a public figure.
Right.
I very much regret not doing that. But that's fine. I went into hedonistic shit. I was just doing whatever the fuck I wanted and whatever. No, I didn't hit 6 million, but there was 2 million something. So I helped 2 million people.
Yeah, help 2 million people. Okay, and so do you think? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was somewhat on the edge about doing this podcast, right? Because there's a part of me that likes not being too known, but then there's a part of my brain that's like, that's fair, right?
Yep.
So do you think having a public image, especially in today's day, is kind of important?
Do you know what?
It's just every it depends on you and what you want.
Do you know what I figured out? I mean, everyone's different, bro.
Yeah.
I figured out that me myself personally, and I'm completely upfront and honest about this. Me myself personally, the reason why I didn't keep up was because I knew that if I kept up, I would have to keep up, and it came down to a very basic concept, which I'm sure most people have thought of, or have heard of rather, which is imposter syndrome. So I felt like at the time, even though I was speaking to hundreds of people, thousands of people at the time, and I was like 18, 19 years old, I had imposter syndrome because of what happened to me earlier as a child, being abused and everything else. I'm like, why is anyone going to listen to me? So there were still remnants of that. So I steered away from it because I knew that if I was going to do it, then I would have to do it. And this is one thing, by the way, guys, about the war room. I'm only saying this just because you've spoken about it. That once you join, you can't go back. It's 100% accountability, and that's it. If you say something, you're going to do it. So now it's very much the same. I still have imposter syndrome. I'm still like, well, who am I to advise people, even after everything I've done, right? Like, even after all of the certificates, even after all of the wins, flying private jets around the fucking place, having a beautiful, healthy dog, beautiful, healthy relationship with God, my girlfriend, and family as well, reuniting my family. It's still there. It's still there, but I lost the momentum because I was scared. I was scared, and that's just the honest to God truth. And it's fine, and it's okay to be scared. And I want any of you young men out there to know it's absolutely fine, and it's absolutely okay to be fine, to be scared.
Right.
But don't run away from it. I ran away from it. I ran away from that responsibility of maybe it was right, maybe it was wrong, who knows? But I ran away from that responsibility of saying, you know what? Big boy time now. There's no playing about. There's no nothing. 24 hours, all of this shit, sacrifice. No, I ran away from it because I was scared. Don't make the same mistake that I made, because you gain 5 years. You gain 5 years, and trust me, you lose nothing. You lose nothing. Like, my business partners just stole my business last year, or our business, I should rather
stole
say.
your business.
Yeah, no, this was my main business at the time. Very geniusly done. But yeah, it is what it is, bro. And so you got to keep moving, dude. You got to keep moving. It is what it is, as my father very famously said. My father said to anything, it is what it is. Something bad happens, it is what it is. But it is what it is just the first part. I'm adding the second part, which is, it is what it is. And what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Right. Okay. I got you. And all right, so the next question, because I already promised the
It's
listeners
fine,
just in the
bro.
beginning,
I have
is
another 15 minutes. So
you have another 15? All right, let's do it. Let's get it done. So for you, based on what you've seen, I know you kind of break it down in the real world, but what would